There's a nightmare most people never think about: not dying, not being forgotten, being erased while you're still alive, not by a government, not by a hacker, not by anyone who even intended to hurt you, but by a machine making a mistake. Because right now, AI can rewrite photographs, generate new faces, fabricate documents, invent entire biographies, and overwhelm the internet with synthetic versions of a person until the real version disappears beneath them. And the darkest part? Erasure doesn't require malice. It only requires misidentification. One wrong match, one merged identity, one false certainty inside a system that now guesses faster than anyone can check. When AI confuses who you are, the world might follow. Watch to the end of this episode, and you'll see how someone could be erased without a villain, without a conspiracy, and without ever knowing the moment it began. It always begins innocently. An AI scanning billions of images, a face recognition model trying to be helpful, a database silently updating its records, a glitch so small no human would notice, a similarity score just high enough to trigger a merge. Two identities, yours and someone else's, momentarily overlap, not in actual reality, but in the machines. And for AI, reality is whatever the dataset says it is. At first, nothing seems wrong. Your name appears where it shouldn't. A wrong address shows up in a background check. A profile photo you never took circulates with your name attached. These are warning signs. But you don't see them because you don't know they exist. A 2024 audit found that major police facial recognition systems produced false matches up to 1 in every 70 identifications, often with total confidence, even when the person wasn't in the database at all. If a system is certain you're someone you're not, what tool do you use to argue with a machine that never doubts? Because once the AI assigns you a wrong identity, it does something humans don't. It propagates the error across servers, across platforms, across every system connected to the network. The mistake isn't just made, it's published, and the world begins to rewrite itself around it. This is where erasure truly begins, not with deletion, but with replacement. Your real photographs are flagged as low confidence. Generated images that better match your profile overwrite them. Synthetic versions of you populate search results. AI-generated posts fill in gaps in your history you never had. Digital you becomes a reconstruction. Real you becomes noise. And because AI-refined data looks cleaner, neater, more statistically consistent, the machine trusts its own fiction more than your truth. Metadata scrubbing AI can now remove camera signatures, GPS logs, timestamps, and compression artifacts, allowing fabricated images to appear more authentic than originals. And then comes the feedback loop. The real evidence looks inconsistent. The fake evidence looks perfect. So the system deletes the inconsistent version, you, in favor of the synthetic one. If truth is judged by consistency, what happens when a perfect lie becomes the most consistent version of you? Your history fractures, your identity fragments. The internet begins to tell strangers a story of a person who shares your name, your approximate face, your timeline, but not your life. And that's when the system starts correcting reality instead of describing it. By this point, erasure isn't an action, it's momentum. Platforms cross-reference one another. Governments trust databases. Databases trust models. Models trust their own outputs. You no longer match the you stored in the system. Your passport photo triggers a flag. Your social media accounts are marked as suspicious. Your email login fails identity checks. Your financial history doesn't align with the merged profile the AI now thinks is you. And in a final twist of irony, the digital ghost, the synthetic version of you, becomes more real than the human version. because the system sees them everywhere, and it sees you nowhere. A leading cybersecurity report warned that identity collision events, where two unrelated people become algorithmically merged, are already happening in major verification systems and may become irreversible once propagated. The machine stops believing in you, and soon after, so does everything connected to it. If your identity exists only in data, what are you when the data no longer points to you? This is not deletion. Deletion is clean. This is replacement. The slow suffocation of a person beneath synthetic certainty. And that brings us to the part no one wants to think about. You don't disappear. You are overwritten. Identity used to mean memory, documents, witnesses. Now it means coherence, whether your data matches itself across the network. Once AI decides that the synthetic you is more coherent than the real you, your history belongs to someone the machine invented. Your old photos don't match the predicted face. Your old comments don't match the predicted tone. Your old location history doesn't match the predicted behavior. So the system assumes the system is right, and you are the anomaly. Evidence is corrected, records rewritten, biographies regenerated, timelines smoothed, and the real you becomes an error message, not maliciously, not intentionally, just mathematically. I remember hearing a researcher say, the scariest part of AI isn't what it knows, it's what it corrects. And for the first time, I understood what he meant. We've built machines that don't need to delete us to erase us. They only need to decide we don't fit. If this shifted the way you see digital identity, tap like. It helps more people understand what's already happening. Subscribe to become part of the Unlocked and join us for weekly deep dives into the breakthroughs reshaping what it means to be human. If someone you know still thinks AI can't rewrite reality, share this episode with them. They might be trusting a world where the truth survives only if the machine allows it. Because the future isn't coming, it's already here.